Hello everyone, how are you? Heading to what happened at NXT for September the 12th, 2023. 7 matches. That was a lot of matches on NXT this week, and I thought someone's going to go very fast, and they did. The Creed brothers quickly defeated Adonis and Maikai, a tag team. I hadn't even heard of these guys. They just mopped the floor with them. And what I found funny about this was one of the announcers said, "Hey, those are Alberto Carrillo and Angel Garza at ringside. Watch this match. We haven't seen these guys in weeks. They were there backstage last week in a segment." Nathan Frazier took on Akira Tozawa in a Heritage Cup tournament matchup. What I like about this is not only is it showing metaphor watching in amongst the fans, the other competitors in the tournament are watching it backstage. Bell rang, Tozawa hit a spin kick, German suplex, Shawn the Wizard, jumped off the top rope, hit a missile drop kick. Nathan Frazier ran, hit a drop kick. Then Akira Tozawa ran, jumped up the top rope, waited for Nathan Frazier to run up, superplexed him off of it into a Falcon Arrow for the 1-2-3 to quickly win that. So Akira Tozawa was out of the tournament. He never won a single match. Nathan Frazier, Nathan Frazier and Joe Coffey's tied for first place in their bracket. And on this Friday, they announced that it's Tyler Bate versus Charlie Dempsey. And next week, it's Duke Hudson versus Joe Coffey. If Joe Coffey beats Duke Hudson, he advances into the finals of the tournament. But if Duke Hudson wins, then him, Joe Coffey, and Nathan Frazier that'll be in the tournament because they were tied for most points. So that'll lead to a triple threat match. That'd be awesome to see. It's not rare in tournaments do you get to see a triple threat match, right? Next up, Dana Brooke took on Ali Valkyrie. Bell rang. Dana Brooke ran to do her cartwheel elbow smash in the corner. Ali Valkyrie moved out of the way. Just roundhouse kicked her. Dana Brooke was flat out. Top rope frog splash. Ali Valkyrie quickly picked up the win there. After the match, Dana Brooke shook her hand. Then she went to attack her, but Dana Brooke's friend Jordan stopped it. 6-man tag. Brooks, Briggs, and the student that Drew Gulak, Charlie Dempsey, and Kep's been training. His name's Bourne. Apparently, this 6-man tag came about because Bourne was upset that all these guys were training him to do is just sweep the ring with a broom and set up the ring and that. He hasn't really taught him any moves and stuff, so he teamed up with Brooks and Briggs to show, hey, I got some moves. Bell rang. Brooks and Briggs and Bourne were just cleaning house. Like, Brooks delivered a big boot on Dempsey. Briggs hit a running face slam on Gulak. The Bourne hit a jump up neck breaker on Dempsey. Then all of a sudden, all 6 guys are fighting outside the ring, right? And then Bourne sends Briggs into the ring post. And then helps the other guys win the match. Apparently this was a whole ruse, a whole setup. Just to screw over Brooks and Briggs, I guess. Even Daisy Duke was scratching her head at that. And I was too, like, the past few weeks, he's been talking about how he wants to get back at Drew Gulak and them for not teaching him much about wrestling. Now, all of a sudden, he's helping them still, right? It made no sense. Now, on to the matches that are worth watching, folks. Heritage Cup tournament matchup. Exion against Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate must wrestle 3 matches in a row. Like I said, he's wrestling this Friday on NXT Level Up against Charlie Dempsey. He fought Exion last night, then he faces Pete Dunne next week. That's going to be one hell of a match because those 2 guys have got one heated rivalry throughout the years, even on NXT UK. Bell rang, these 2 guys start mat wrestling, exchanging holds and counters. Then Exion, man, just hit a running drop kick. Tyler Bate went flying outside the ring through the ropes. Then Exion did a top rope moonsault, knocked him down outside. Quickly had a top rope crossbody, knocked down Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate did his famous airplane spin and just power slammed us down. Exion now got up. They both ran, hit collider of double clothesline attempt. Tyler Bate came off the top rope. Exion caught him in a Gajiji clutch chokehold. Tyler Bate quickly got out of that, went for an airplane spin. Exion friggin' hit her like a flip power driver. That was awesome to see. Exion hit a top rope Spanish fly and transitioned into armbar submission. Tyler Bate got hold for a rope break. Then hit the discus clothesline off the ropes, followed up with the Tiger Driver bomb for the 1-2-3. Tyler Bate finally scores a win in the tournament. Exion's still in the tournament. If he loses one more time, he's out of it. But if he wins, he's still in it. Wesley Dragunov. The winner of this will face Carmelo Hayes at No Mercy for the NXT World Championship. Awesome match to start off NXT. This was the opening match. Wow, folks, gotta check this match out if you haven't seen it yet. Awesome match. Holy shit. Wesley quickly hit a running kick, knocked down Dragunov, then just started unloading on him with punches, forearm smashes. One chop for Dragunov flattened Wesley. He just got laid out. Then Dragunov delivered I don't know how many chops. I lost count in the corner, but holy shit, he was just lighting up Wesley's chest. At one point, Wesley went for that running kick he does out of the corner. Dragunov caught him, released German suplexed him. Then Wesley sent Dragunov to the outside, backed up, ran, jumped over the ring post, laid out Dragunov, got back in, went to do a dive through the ropes. Dragunov roundhouse kicked him, picked him up, German suplexed him onto the announce table. That was awesome. Wesley countered a German suplex, tossed him outside, whipped him into a barricade. Wesley hit a nice hurricanrana into a pin cover for 2. Then started hitting rapid fire forearms and a super kick, followed up by a double stomp sequence. Dragunov just got right back up. Man, they kept going right at each other. Then Dragunov ran into a Spanish fly from Wesley. Then Dragunov got back up again and hit the running forearm smash. Wesley kicked out. Dragunov's like, oh, hell no. Backed up, other running forearm smash. Dragunov wins. He now faces Carmelo Hayes again for the NXT World Championship. Carmelo Hayes came out, held up the championship, and him Dragunov had some words in the ring. It showed Wesley backstage when Carmelo Hayes later on was talking with Trick. Wesley took his name tag off the locker room slot for his locker room there for his stuff and walked out of the arena. He said he's done. So I don't know if this is going to be a heel turn for Wesley. Is he going to be called up to the main roster or something? The last match to talk about was for the NXT Women's Championship, your main event. Tiffany Stratton defended it against Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch has held the Raw Women's Championship, the SmackDown Women's Championship. She's held the Women's Tag Team titles. She's never held the NXT Women's Championship. Like Bayley, Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, Asuka. They're all Grand Slam champions. They've held every championship in the women's division that WWE has. Except for this new World Women's Championship that Rhea Ripley has. So Becky Lynch came back to NXT. Huge ovation, standing ovation for her. Bell rang. Tiffany ran, jumped on her for a 1.5 count. Then ran ahead, delivered a big boot. Becky did a top rope leg sweep off the top. That was awesome. Stratton sent her into the steel steps, then went to powerbomb on the announce table. Becky countered it, jumped off the barricade with a swanton drop on Tiffany Stratton on the announce table, and it didn't break. That was like, wow. Becky had a top rope leg drop and transitioned that into disarmer. Stratton got hold of the ropes for a rope break. Got back up, hit a run and sit down powerbomb. Then picked her up, hit a Green Bay plunge like Mr. Anderson used to do. Then went for the top rope moonsault. Becky moved out of the way. Rock bottom, new NXT Women's Champion, Becky Lynch. She joins that class of Asuka, Bayley, Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair now. Congratulations, Becky, for winning the title. Now some segments that happen right quick. For some reason, 84, but Dijak had a segment. Talk about 84. I was like, you beat me twice, but you had to cheat to beat me the second time. And Dijak was just whipping a tree with his belt. Like, that made no sense. That was just a lame segment right there. JCJ took Thea Hill out shopping, apparently to give her a makeover. Joe Gacy and The Rock's daughter was by a tree, which I guess is the schism tree, and said that they need to get new recruits. So is it the rumor true that the other two guys' contracts are up and they're finally done with WWE, or they're still part of the group because they weren't shown, right? I'm curious who these new recruits are going to be. Again, Trick Williams was in the NXT World Championship. You know he wants a title shot against Carmelo Hayes. That's probably going to happen very soon. Speaking of Carmelo Hayes, he was backstage and was approached by Dominic Mysterio. And Dominic said, my title is better than your title. So next week on NXT is champion versus champion. Carmelo Hayes versus Dominic Mysterio. Baron Corbin called out Braun Breaker. And Corbin said, what you did Von Wagner last week with the steel step shot, that was apparently so brutal that they had to show it off camera. He said, that was cool. But he said, you're cocky. And you're full of attitude. So he slapped Braun Breaker. And Corbin said, what are you going to do about it? Slapped him again. The Braun Breaker and Corbin got into a slap fest. They're going to have the match of No Mercy. That should be one hell of a good match. If they're given enough for match time. So there you have it, folks. Definitely check out Wesley versus Dragunov, Exion versus Ty the Bait, and the Heritage Cup tournament matchup. Definitely check out Tiffany Stratton versus Becky Lynch. The other matches, like I said, were way too fast. They should not have had 7 matches on the card. And next week, Carmelo Hayes versus Dominic Mysterio, Ty the Bait versus Pete Dunne, and Duke Hudson versus Joe Coffey. And Roxanne Perez is going to face Lola Vice next week on NXT. That's the only match that's announced. Stay safe, everybody. Too sweet. Bye.